What up, what up, what up? Hope everybody's doing good. Dragapalooza Day 1 is in the books. If there's ever been a more fitting time for the balloon across the face, this one is it. Hall of Fame induction number 3. I had to do it back to back with Tim. This will be the last tough one, man, but I'm going to fucking ride or die because I'm not a pussy. And this friend taught me that. But with Tim and Robbie, it's tough because they were there, you know, during a tough time. So let me get through this one, and then from here on out, it should be smiles and motherfucking Hall of Fame induction plaques. Run, tell that. If you got a motherfucking hater, grab your balloon. Let's go.
We're not here just to take part. We're here to take over.
That's just how it is, boys. That's how it is. I hope everybody's doing good, man. You know I gotta like this induction if I'm at 9:22 in the morning, right before we go with National Treasures. I got my Van Winkle shot out, but hey, it is what it is. That's our ritual. We're gonna do what we want because we could do what the fuck we want. It just is what it is. This person was pretty much very similar to Tim, but he was there way before Tim. Which it's Robbie. Everybody here locally knows me and Robbie are like peanut butter and jelly. We understand each other and have respected each other for a long time. But anyway, I think once I tell you guys a little bit about what he's done for me personally in the store, you'll understand why he's right there with Tim. But I wanted to do this one on a trade night because I felt like over almost a 3-year period now, he has never missed a trade night. And early on, there might be 5 or 6 people there, and Robbie was always there. Anytime I've ever asked him, he's always been at a trade night. So whenever you have somebody that's always showing up for you, me personally, the way I am, I take that to heart. I really appreciate it. I think there's a lot of people out there that don't appreciate some of the things you do for them. They can't fake it. It's either you got it or you don't. And for whatever reason, whenever somebody does something like that, it just imprints on me, and I'm ride or die with that person. It's just the way I am. Other people have strong suits in other areas. I feel like that is one of the few strong suits that I have, is that whenever you help me out or when my back's against the wall, I remember that when the chips are down for you. But me and Robbie used to go around, we'd go all over the country. And we would buy cards from people. We bought a card shop one time in Lexington, Kentucky. Actually, I bought it. He was supportive, just went up there with me. My Tahoe was so full that there were Prism basketball cards sliding out of the doors when we stopped to get gas. It was so high up, dude. It was a badass deal, man. It was fucking awesome. But looking back, like, he just went for the ride and was chilling. We were going up to Kroger in Louisville to meet a dude to sell a huge deal. Me and Robbie in the Kroger parking lot doing 30,000 cash dollars, 30,000 cash money deals in Louisville, and then running up to Lexington to invest that money properly. The other thing too that I don't know if I've told y'all this or not, but there was a time when I was about to sign the lease for the old store, and I was starting to kind of calculate the money. And I was like, this is bullshit, man. And like, what you don't know about commercial leases are, like, they make you responsible for the AC units. Anything that goes wrong with their 40-year-old building in your spot, they want you to pay. Well, I didn't know that. How would I know that? But I didn't. So there was one night where I was just like, screw this. I was like, I'm out. And I called Robbie and we were talking, and he was like, dude, this is your chance. Like, you've wanted this for years and years. You've talked about it. You've got to do this. And that was something else. To back up a minute, there were 2 or 3 years, man, where I talked about opening a store and just didn't have the nuts to do it and just talked. And then I think over time, you talk to your friends about something, man, and the balls finally drop and you go for it. But if I'd have had a friend that was throwing shade, a lot of people, you don't even know they're throwing shade. You got to drop those people. You tell them that you want to do something with your life, and they don't cultivate that, or they don't encourage you. They take little shots. They bring up the negatives of the deal. Man, Robbie was a dude that was, he thought there was zero chance that I couldn't make it. Zero. He was like, you'll make it. So when someone gives you that confidence, you're like, man, that's somebody that you're always going to try to help out. Or whatever. The other thing that I know, I'm almost sure I've never told you this, but when we opened, it was really important to me to not go get any loans. I was taking every card I had, all the money I had, which wasn't a lot, and I was going to open. I just felt like I didn't want to put my family in a jam if I didn't make it. So essentially, I was having a plan B, which you shouldn't have plan B. It should be plan A and ride. But I was kind of hedging my bets. But with that said, I mean, when you're opening a store and this is the first time you've ever done it, there's all these expenses that you don't understand, that you don't even know are going to come up. Repairs, paint, I mean, just on and on, shelving. You don't know how to budget for that. You can make a budget. But anyway, money got tight. And me and him were just talking friend to friend. And, I'm like, man, I'm a little nervous about this. And he was like, hey, man, we're talking thousands of dollars. He said, I will give you a loan, thousands of dollars with no interest. Just pay me back in 90 days. And of course, my pride and I didn't do it. But it doesn't matter whether I did it or not. It was that having a friend that would actually, Robbie works hard for his money. He's not he rises and grinds day in and day out. Deals don't fall in your lap. Robbie goes and gets those motherfuckers all the time. So for him to do that, I was like, damn, just to have a friend that's willing to do that for you, that dude is your boy. So, that was something that, it meant a lot to me. There was a time too that y'all don't know about when we started to blow up online. A lot of the local customers, it was kind of like a mob mentality. It started with a couple of hacks. And, buddy, they just rallied a lot of the local people in the industry and local customers and just made it about, Nathan's doing this, Nathan's doing that. Just saying crazy things. And that's one thing, but like saying hurtful things. Not telling the truth, but trying to just chip away at your integrity or your character. And man, that was a low time during all this run. I was having this great success online, but personally here locally, it was taking a toll on me. And Robbie literally just taught me, fuck all that. Fuck the haters. If you're going to do something, man, you got to understand that they're going to come. They're never going to stop. They're like vultures. They know it deep down inside who they are. And they like to pick away at people that are chasing their dreams. So, man, if you got vultures around, just get ready. They're coming when you do something big. Robbie just pounded. I mean, day in and day out, he would see that shit online. He would hear that stuff at the local shows, and he would call and he would get me refocused and say, hey, man, worry about your customers online, man. Just ride it out. And so, again, your family and all your outside people, like my friends I grew up with this shit, they don't know any of that. They don't understand it. So it's just really, you're the only one who knows this. So, when someone helps you out that does understand it, again, it's somebody that you feel like is one of those ride or die friends. Something else about Robbie, like I said, with the card, with our Hall of Fame, it's not all about what you've done in the fucking card industry, yada, 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 but it's how you treat other people. And there was a time where Tim couldn't drive. Tim had a car accident, and there was like a 6-month window where he couldn't drive. And like Tim would go see his mother every day in the nursing home. So there were times where Robbie either drove Tim or we split the Ubers to get him from place to place. So that was, again, something that nobody's ever known, but mad respect for someone. Tim trusted me and Robbie more than anybody, and Robbie could have used that trust against him, and he didn't. So again, it really built, I guess, confidence in him that he wasn't, pretending to be someone else. He was proven through indirect ways that, hey, man, when I can take advantage of someone because they like me, I'm not going to. And I just respected that. I've never even, I know I haven't said anything about that to anybody. Bottom line is, without Robbie, there isn't any Grand Slam. There's no doubt about it. The 2 or 3 years before were probably the most important because he helped cultivate it. He kept pushing at it. And then when it opened, he was all in. He was there, always showing up. If you've got friends that show up, roll with them. It's one of those things that he's one of the best card guys that I've ever dealt with, and I've dealt with a bunch. I know early on when I first started, me and him were going at it at the local card shows. I knew that I had met my match, and it was on. And I think that's good. I think we both pushed each other. At the end of the day, that obviously all those things get you in the Hall of Fame because he's a motherfucking Grand Slam Hall of Famer, son, without a doubt. And everybody out there who's always supporting us, whether you're flying in from Hawaii or Texas, or you're saying, hey, guys, get those orders in like Dave Watson, or you're buying something, or you're leaving reviews. All of you people who have always supported me, I can only hope that you have a friend like Robbie in your life. And if you don't, go find one. It'll be life-changing shit. So, as always, drop your bottom 10, do what you do. Trade night tonight. Come meet my boy Robbie. Deuces, baby. Have a good Friday. We'll see y'all in 1 hour and 28 minutes for National Treasures. Always be dragging, boys. Let's go.